right into it. So I'm going to talk about last week's episode. Oh no. I want to talk about the last 2 episodes and one. And I'm going to talk about each couple in both episodes in one segment when I speak about each couple. Sorry guys, I am, back to work again. So some stuff that I was working on before COVID that was shut down due to COVID is now starting back up. So my schedule is all over the place. So these reviews are happening when I can do them. Even next week, I'm going to be on a work trip. So next week I'm filming something and then I'm going on a work trip. So I don't even know if I want to be able to do any of these reviews. I think what I might do, and I'll put up a poll after this when I figure out my schedule to see if you guys would be okay with me doing lives, because I just know I will not have the time to watch the show, take notes, film it, edit it, and put it up in time. It just won't happen. So I might just do lives for the next 2 weeks. So let me know how you guys feel about that. You can talk about it in the comment section below. I will also put up a poll on my page just to see how you guys feel about that. So, just keeping you guys in the loop so that you don't think that I forgot about you. I didn't. If I'm not here, I told you before, if I'm not here, I'm either sick or I'm working. The only reason why I would not be, doing this, because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it, and I love the fact that you guys appreciate me and love what I do. So let's get into this messy show. Chanda and Tyrice, or Shonda. What is this girl's name? Because it's written like Chanda, but Tyrice calls her Chandra, so I don't know. Anyway, white girl with the big booty and the old black man who says that he's 49. I don't see 49 anywhere in Tyrice. This man is lying. Black people do not look their age. Any black person that you meet add 10 years to their age, sometimes 20. We do not look like what we have been through. Let it be known. So I feel like he is probably lying. And I think that Chanda or Chandra saw that when she met him. But we'll get into that later because I'm jumping ahead. Let's talk about Tyrice's family. Do they all have a voice box deficiency? Because everybody was screaming in this scene where he's telling his family about Chanda and how he's, going to move her in. And the family's like, oh my goodness. What? Boy, you serious? The men and the woman in the family. And I'm like, are you guys okay? What's going on? Why is everything at a 10? There's no levels. They just start talking at him. Hi, Dad. How you doing? What the hell is going on? They're just so loud. And I'm black. So if I'm saying that they're loud, they're loud. Abnormally. Black people, like I said before, we are naturally loud. This is abnormal. Let's talk about how I think that Tyrice's entire storyline is fake. It's fake, right? Because this whole scene where they're reacting to Tyrice revealing that Chanda is white, I didn't believe any of it, right? Here is why. One reason why I didn't believe it. First one, right? The son reacted to Chanda being white before Tyrice even said it. And then he realized that, so he reacted after the best friend reacted. So he gave 2 reactions. And either he already knew that before the camera started filming, or he's reenacting what actually happened with Tyrice. Now, it could actually have happened. They could have actually had this reaction about him being with the white woman, but the cameras weren't there. So they're reenacting the scene for the audience. Welcome to reality TV. So I think that could have happened as well, but I just did not believe this scene. Another reason why I didn't believe this scene was because the sister, Tyrice's daughter, kept on breaking. She was laughing throughout this entire scene, and then when she realized the camera was on her, she would straighten up and oh, she's white. But when she didn't think that the camera was watching her, she would just be sitting in the chair at least try to fool us. We know this is fake, but put in some effort. And then their reactions to Chanda being white was so ridiculous. What? She's white? Man, my daddy, what a white woman! What the hell? The acting was dreadful. The way Tyrice was delivering his lines, it was all just so, it just couldn't believe it. I gotta tell y'all something. Chanda, man. Chanda white! What? No. Don't buy it. And another thing I want to talk about before I move on to the next episode, Tyrice's friend kept on saying, because she's white? Because she's white? He kept on saying that. And Tyrice's kids kept on saying, no, we're not upset because she's white. But y'all did react like it was a problem that she was being white. This whole thing was so fake. But the friends just kept on saying it. And I'm like, sir, they told you no. Move on and lower your voice. So in the next episode, we finally meet Chanda, who is a lot more ghetto than her pictures give off. Because I was like, ooh, not these 1997, middle school braids on the side with the little bang. The bang. I was like, ooh, Chanda, what is going on? And when she met Tyrice, didn't she seem a little masculine? She's like, hey, it's good to see you. I'm like, oh, so we know who you were when you were in prison, girl. Damn, baby, you look good. I was like, Tyrice, is this your white twin? What the hell? The only time she gave me like feminine energy was when she like was trying to entice Tyrice with her butt. That was like, no shade, Chanda. The way you have to teach me how to pose, because the angles you were giving on that booty, I was expecting to see a dunk, right? It was a J-Lo moment. I was like, oh, okay, it's a butt, but not what I was expecting. And maybe it was the sweatpants. But even in sweatpants, you could see a dunk. Anyway, I just wasn't expecting that, right? But the only time like I got a little, little girly girl in Chanda was when she was like showing Tyrice the butt. She's like, see, you see it? This couple is so ghetto. You see it, huh? You like what you see? Oh, I told y'all they saved the best for last. No, they didn't. We still haven't seen that wild, meth couple. That's like multiracial, that multiracial meth couple. They still haven't, revealed themselves yet on this show. So I think they're the best. But Tyrice and Chanda, oh, they up there. This couple is up there for me. I will say this, Chanda was really standoffish with Tyrice. And I get it, right? This is the first time that she has seen him outside of prison. And it's just different for her. I also think that her seeing Tyrice now in the real world, she's seeing that he's a lot older than he let on. Because the pictures that we saw of him, Tyrice in those pictures look 49. Now, and this Stacey Adams zoot suit and them church shoes, he looks a good 72. That is not black 49. It's just not. Somebody lying. Now, maybe he was 37 when he sent them pictures and he has just looked a hard life since. Maybe that was it. But he looked really young and really buff in those pictures. So I'm thinking either those pictures were taken a while ago, like maybe a decade ago, or something happened with Tyrice in the last few years while Chanda was in prison. Did he see death? I mean, something had to happen. Something drastically had to happen to change his looks. That's the only thing I could think of. Either he saw death or he saw God's hind parts. You know that's what happened with Moses. He saw God's hind parts and he came back down from that mountain changed. He did not look the same. So is that it, Tyrice? Have you seen the Lord? Have you seen the Lord's hind parts? Because something had to happen. From that picture to what we're seeing on camera, bruh, somebody lying. So we wrap up this couple with Chanda in her confessional looking like a PTA mom. Although she looks like that, mother is still scamming. She was scamming several men in prison and she's still talking to them dudes. Still scamming, even when she's with Tyrice. But I don't blame her because it seemed like Tyrice catfished her. So listen, she was scamming and he was scamming. It's all even. Speaking of Stacey Adams, Scott and Lindsay. How many of these Stacey Adams shoes does Scott have? I mean, every time we see him, it's either a fresh pair or the same ran over pair that he had in the first few scenes. So I don't know what it is. Him and Tyrice need to buy stock in Stacey Adams because they are wearing that store out. I will say this about the prisoners though, the felons of the show, the formerly incarcerated. What their biggest issue is their community. Because they are all surrounded by enablers. Nobody actually makes them do better. Nobody is actually rooting for them to not be dependent. They want them to be dependent on them, and they always blame the system and not the actual person who committed the crime. For a lot of poor people of color, it is the system. You know what I mean? But some of them did it. Let's talk about Lindsay because she is neither, okay? When Scott and Lindsay's grandmother finds out that Lindsay is still, in prison and has not been released, they immediately blame the prison and the system. Excuse me? You think the prison system is trying to keep a white woman incarcerated? Are you kidding me? You're enablers. You know she did something. So you want to blame everybody else but Lindsay, who continues to put herself in these situations. Oh, the prison could have told us that. They don't got to do nothing for you. It's a prison. You're lucky that they were kind to you on that phone because they don't never talk like that. Not that I know, but I'm like, it's prison. They don't need to have good customer service. And that's the issue here. She has enablers surrounding her. They immediately start blaming the prison system and not Lindsay, who was a freaking trap queen. What a whole child. But it's everybody else's fault. It's the prison system. They trying to keep her down. Really? Really? The American prison system is trying to keep a white woman incarcerated? You're crazy. You're crazy. Now, if Lindsay looked like me, then maybe. But she don't, baby. Lindsay is in there because of Lindsay. She did all of it. Y'all need to stop making Lindsay the victim and hold her accountable. She has a child to raise. Maurice and Jessica. Jessica, I say it every episode. I need you to listen. This is what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. So Jessica and Maurice are staying in Compton because that's where Maurice is paroled. And Maurice is like, well, I want to leave. I want to, change it or whatever. But they can't leave because if he crosses the state lines, he goes back to prison. So they're now staying in his cousin's place that, let's be real, looks filthy and wild. So Jessica is not having a really good time. She's calling LA weird. Listen, don't get me defending LA, okay? I have not had the best experience here concerning the industry. You know what I mean? I think that LA is a beautiful place. I have great friends who are LA residents who are actually born and raised here. And LA is a really nice place. Weird, I don't get weird from no part of LA. Maybe a bit of the industry. But somebody from Vegas calling LA weird? Ma'am, pot, meat, kettle. Are you insane? LA has its weird quirks, but Vegas, every inch of it is weird and dark-sided. How long has Maurice been incarcerated? Because he dresses like a 90s gangster. Like the pants, or even early 2000s. These long, what are they, jorts? No, jorts. He's wearing these long jorts. I haven't seen jorts since 2003. And then he's wearing these long, oversized white tees. Nobody has been dressing like that for a good, decade. But that's how Maurice is dressing. And I'm like, how long has he been incarcerated? He has to have been incarcerated since 2003. I'll even give him 2005. Something has to be an excuse for that fashion choice. Let's talk about Jessica falling apart because Maurice never acknowledged her when she was at his baby mama's house. Girl, I can't believe you went in. If I was you, I would have told Maurice, I'll meet up with you after you check in with your baby mama, because there's no way. There is no way, especially his baby mama, who he would still be with had it not been for her telling him to leave. She dumped him. He did not dump her. And she is the mother of his first and only child. Girl, they have a connection you will never understand. So in order to not piss myself off, I would have been like, oh, I'll wait for you. Or I'll go shopping. Drop me off at the Culver City Mall. I'll wait around until you're done. I'll do some, window shopping because none of us ain't got no money. And then, when you're ready, you come pick me up from the local Wetzel's Pretzels. I would not go into that baby mama house, especially knowing their history. You set yourself up for that disappointment. You did not need to see or witness any of that. And then you sat there and stayed like a dummy. Like you're sitting there on the couch. Ain't nobody saying nothing to you. Girl, you better than me. I would have been like, well, since everybody is acting like I'm wallpaper, I'm going to get on out of here and not make a scene since nobody can see me. And took that car and made his baby mama drop him off, because that's what would have happened. That's what would have happened. That boy still loves her. The way he looked at her, the way he talked to her, the way his relationship with her mom. Girl, I just want to be very clear with you. If she ever says to him, let's give it another shot, he's leaving you. You don't have his heart like she does. I don't even think you have his heart. You have his attention for right now, as long as these cameras are involved. Because let's tell the truth and shame the devil. If the cameras were not involved in this relationship, Maurice would not have left with Jessica. She know that, and we know that. Did you all fall out laughing when Jessica was just like, man, I feel so stupid. I can't believe. When did you start talking like that? I have, dated outside of my culture. I have never dated somebody who tried to communicate to me like a black person. As a black person, especially if that person has not grown up in like your area or an area that's, populated mainly by black people, it's always so embarrassing for you because in our mind, we're watching you look like a complete fool and we are calling you every name in the book. We will say it, but we're better than that and we don't want to get arrested because we know you'll call the cops. So I'm looking at her and I'm just like, Maurice, you let Jessica talk like this. Like, you can let Jessica know, hey, you don't have to speak black. Like, I get it. I understand you. I understand, just regular English. You don't have to speak to me in African-American vernacular or mannerisms. I got it. I can't believe you. I can't believe you, dude. Like, why would you do me like that? I ride out for you. Girl, what? Vegas. The suburb. Was that the suburbs of Vegas? A nice neighborhood in Vegas. Like, that's how you talk. Jessica, sit down. Sit down, because you was not talking to your father like this. But this how you talk to Maurice. Black men, y'all let anything slide. Do better. So let's hop into the next episode. Jessica, I want to say this. The cameras caught it, and I hope you caught it too. When you were sitting at that little dingy restaurant, and Maurice saw that waitress, as soon as he saw her, he kept on looking up at this waitress. How I know he kept on looking up at her? Because the camera zoomed in, and so did you. So you was watching him look at this up and down. We all know what he was doing. He was taking, photo shots of this woman in his mind for his spank bank. That's exactly what was happening. He know what this restaurant is, so we'll know if he gonna circle back and try to get with that waitress. But I want to say this. I hope you took note of that, because after he was looking this woman up and down, he immediately said to you, so you going back? Why you want to know if I'm going back? I'm here with you. Why are you trying to ship me off to Vegas so you can circle back to this restaurant and get this waitress and take her on home to Compton while I'm up in Vegas crying to my parents about you? That's exactly what he was doing, girl. Listen, let me tell you something, girl. Woman to woman, black woman giving you a little bit of advice. I know this might be your first time in Wakanda. Let me tell you something, sis. You're going to have to recognize this game. You're going to have to recognize this game because Maurice is running good game on you. This is what he's doing, right? So Maurice now is starting this thing with Jessica where he's just like, I want to get to Vegas. I want to see my family. I want to see your family. I want to be with my woman. I want to be with my wife in our home in Vegas. I want to do all that. Are you with me? I want to ride out. I'm done with parole. I'm done with all of this. He's doing all of that, right? As a security blanket. Because if he gets caught and he has to go back to prison, whose fault will it be? Yours. And you know why? Because he'll say, oh, you were uncomfortable. You didn't like staying with my family in Compton. So I, wanted to leave because you're my wife and I wanted to do this for you. So I went to Vegas because you were unhappy in Compton. You kept on complaining. You didn't like being there. You didn't like being around my family. You didn't like me being around my daughter. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So now you are guilty. You're feeling terrible, you're feeling horrible, you're feeling responsible for him, being caught up with his PO or, being back in prison. Because if he's not caught by his PO on this season, he will be caught after because they have footage of him crossing state lines while he is still on parole. Idiot. So this is all going to be your fault. And what is going to happen after that is that you are going to be at his beck and call because you don't want to lose him and you don't want to upset him. So any and everything that he wants to do, he will do, and you will accept it. Why? Because you were the reason why he went back to prison. Even though he coerced you, but he used you as the reason to cross state line. You better recognize that game, sis. This is the life you want. You better recognize it because that's what he's doing. I was just like, this dude is running game on this girl and she don't even see it. I want to go to Vegas. I want to see my family. He don't want to meet your daddy. He don't care about them people. He's running game. This is going to be a whole guilt trip for you. Wake up, girl. I know he fine. Leave him alone. He gonna be a problem. I heard you got a baby by him. Why would you sign up for this life? Vegas. Christiana and John, I'm sorry, I cannot put this ghetto wedding on the Native community. I have never witnessed a Native wedding, but I just know it was not like this. I'm sorry, I keep on thinking about John and Christiana's wedding, and I'm just like, ain't nothing Native about this. This is Native cosplay. Ain't no way. I've never been to one, but I just, they do not get married like this on the res, baby. I'm not buying it. Native cosplay is what this is. So Christiana decides to take the stairway to hell into this Native cosplay wedding and sham of a marriage with John. And listen, she was sounding really convincing in her confessional, but I just think she did it because she just felt pressured. I did not see a woman who, like, this was her dream, this is what she wanted to do. I think she was trying to make this dude happy because at the end of the day, he's going to be supporting her. So she doesn't want to piss him off. Whatever he wants her to do, she will do. And I think John knows that because he's very pushy about the things that he wants. He's very selfish. He never considers her. He never even, thinks about her. Like, everything that he wants to do for her is about him. I think he knows what's up, and I think she knows what's up. Nothing much really happened with John and Christiana in the next episode. Last week's episode. John just picks up Christiana's mother, and then they go to dinner to talk about their relationship while Christiana is in the halfway house. So that's pretty much what happened with them. The only thing that I want to say is John depressed, or is he just naturally filthy? Because why does his car look like that? You know what? Does he live in his car? No, we saw his home. Why is his car in such chaos? It's filthy. It's chaotic. You picked up your wife's mother, meeting her for the first time. You picked her up in this hell of a car. Everything about him is pure chaos. Chevelle and Quaylon, also known as Quaylon. You know what I just thought about? Who the hell was doing Quaylon's hair in prison? Listen, they did a bang up job, but whose man's legs was he sitting in between when he was getting them twists done? Because men go to prison and come out with some fresh cuts. You know what? I will say this, though. There's a lot of talent in prison. I told you when I went to go visit my father in prison. Hello, welcome to my life. They had like this wall of all of the art from the inmates. Like, there is so much talent lost in the justice system. It's so sad. It's so sad. But listen, Quaylon's hair was looking good when he was in prison. Since he got out, the edges are starting to come back. It's getting a little fuzzy. You might need to, do a little robbery to go back to prison to get that hair right. And who was washing his hair? What kind of shampoo and conditioner was he using? Because the scalp was clean and nice. The hair was clean. Quaylon, were you doing better in prison? So Chevelle is just mesmerized by Quaylon, also known as Quaylon. So mesmerized that she tells him that she's very proud of him for being in. No, she's not very proud. She's so very proud of him for being released from prison. That's it. You got released from prison. I am proud of you. Where is the bar, lady? Say it with me. Hell. A birthday card and being released from prison. This is all he has to do. Hell. Chevelle, I hope you threw away this very used, like, winter Boscov's robe. The leopard was just filthy. The fur was so filthy that it was clumped. You know when it's time to wash faux fur, when it starts clumping. And it was just like clumping and piecing. And I was just like, you wore this to seduce a man? Chevelle, what's going on? Something is going on. And aside from what's going on up here, I think Chevelle is lying about her age because she looks significantly older than Quaylon. Is prison preserving these people? No, because I just thought about Destiny. Listen, Mama went through it. But, Quaylon came out of prison still tucked and put together. Not tucked like that. I mean, like, for my Drag Race fans, no. So, Melissa, Chevelle's daughter, beautiful, smart, intelligent baby, fun child. Chevelle, you did a great job with her, right? You and your baby father and your mother, everybody who helped out raising that child. They did a great job. They did a great job. She sees Quaylon, and the first thing she says, "You smell. It's time for a shower." Listen, out of the mouth of babes, okay? She told him what he needed to know. I will say this. You don't know this man. Your daughter don't know this man, and you're moving him into your home. Yes, you had sex with him 3 times, and it was wild. He's been incarcerated. You know, from what he's trying to make us believe, the only thing he had to rest his penis in was his hand. You know, a warm vagina, he probably gonna go a couple of rounds. So don't put no feathers in your cap just yet. But this baby, Melissa, needs to be with her father. I mean, if the dad is stable and, you know, in a place to take her for a while, he needs to, until you figure this situation out. I just don't feel like this is a situation that a child should be in. You know what I mean? You're getting to know this dude who's been incarcerated for over a decade, and you're bringing him into space with your very small child. Not saying that he won't be a good stepfather, not saying that he won't be great for her mom, but we don't know that. The only world he has known has been an incarcerated world. He needs to figure some stuff out. He needs to see the world. You need to send him to be with his mother. He is not in any position to be your husband and to be Melissa's stepdaddy and a provider. Like, you want him to do all of this stuff, and I think you're putting way too much on a man who spent a lot of his youth incarcerated. He went in and the world was completely different. He got to learn this world. Like, there's a lot that he has to do to rehabilitate, to, you know, adapt to society. You can't throw all these responsibilities on him right away. I hope if she stays with Quaylon that, you know, the mother or the baby father take Melissa. I don't want her in that situation. I did not feel comfortable with that at all. I don't feel comfortable with no child being in a situation where a stranger is brought into their home. A stranger to not just them, to their parent. Why would you put your child in that situation? Something's off. Something with this whole cast. How are you still getting to know a man that you want to marry and that you have your daughter calling daddy? Something is up. Something is up. Destiny and Sean. Well, isn't this a bucket of crazy? My God, today. Destiny, good TV. Good TV. She is very comfortable with the camera and she holds nothing back. So Sean and Destiny go to a brunch with Destiny's mother and sister. First of all, before we move on, they could not have pushed this brunch back a couple hours. The girl just got out of prison. Let her take a shower. Let her change her clothes. Let her take a nap. Y'all had to have brunch right away. She came straight from prison, changed in the bathroom, and had brunch with her family. Y'all couldn't have waited? Y'all done waited 2 years. What's a couple more hours? So, Destiny is 27. Where? How did I miss that? I was like, this is 20. This is 27? See, that's what I'm saying. Some people are preserved in prison, and some people are serving Crypt Keeper. Like, Destiny has been through it in prison. Because the picture that she showed us before she was in prison to now, I'm like, you've been through some things. So I don't know, maybe she was on drugs in prison. I don't know, but that don't look like a 27. That, not even in America, that don't look like a 27. But you know what? I can understand this 27 from Destiny from looking at her mama. No shade, Destiny's mama, but it seems like your child had to go through a lot. And it appears to be, just from what I have seen thus far, it appears to be that you and her daddy are the cause of a lot of Destiny's issues. Just from looking at the mom, I'm sorry. Just judging this book by its cover, baby, you lived the life and your child watched you live it. I'll go out on a limb to say she's repeating what she saw her mother do or her parents. I really, really do think that. And I think we see that a lot, especially in impoverished white communities or impoverished diverse communities. A lot of the people in those communities struggle with drugs, struggle with depression, struggle with financial issues. And a lot of them have like this same kind of look. And I'm seeing that look from Destiny's mama and from Destiny. The sister got out. Her sister, I don't know what happened. I don't know if she met a nice little working class or middle class fella and was just like, I'm going to have a different life. You know what I mean? Or got a nice little Section 8 apartment in the suburbs. Something like that could have happened, because she does not seem like she went through the same kind of life struggles as Destiny. She seems to have went an entirely different way. However, she's still dumb as a box of rocks. Oh my goodness. She said to camera, to the world, the good thing about Destiny is you can look up her rap sheet and you can find out exactly who she is. But with Sean, we can't Google him. We don't know anything about him. We Google his name, nothing comes up. How is that a bad thing? Maybe you didn't go a different way. Maybe you just didn't do meth. Maybe you went the right way and probably, beer and cigarettes was your little vice of choice and Destiny chose meth. Maybe y'all went down the same path, because I can't believe that you are saying that the fact that Destiny has a rap sheet is a good thing about her because you can find out who she is. I hope to God that that rap sheet does not define who she is. I hope that that is just Destiny in her struggles and not Destiny in her everyday life where she's winning. She said that with her whole chest. You Google Sean and you can't find anything. That's a good thing, idiot. Also, I'm not here for Sean catfishing Destiny, but I will say this. Destiny, what do 36-year-olds look like where you're from? The fact that you believe that this man is 36 says something is up. Because even in that catfish picture that he sent of you, that still wasn't 36 to me. What the hell do 36-year-olds look like where you're from? You know what? You're a mature 27. So they probably look like Sean at 36. After this brunch where Destiny's family was grilling Sean. Are you guys insane? Y'all need to be happy that she got somebody that's not a felon, that's not on meth. He might be a little off, but I guarantee you it's a step up from what Destiny has dated before. The fact that they were like grilling him and acting like it was an issue that he lied to her about his age. Absolutely. Absolutely. That should be an issue. That's your only issue with Sean. That is your only issue. Destiny is who y'all need to be worried about. I want better for Destiny. All jokes aside, I want better for her. I think she has lived a very unfortunate life, right? And I just want better for her. She is a lot. She is messy. She is all over the place, but I like her. I really, really do. What made me want more for her, but also be like, oh, she's a good person. She really, really is. She was so impressed by this Motel 6 suite. She was just going all over the place like, oh my gosh, the tub, the bed. And she was so grateful that Sean would do something like that for her. Just this little, $12 a night hotel room. She was just like, oh my goodness, somebody did this for me. I want more for her. I want her to know that she is worth so much more. I love the fact that she was, even the smallest thing, right, that she was so appreciative of that. That just made me believe that she has gone so long in her life without much, that even this, again, $12 a night hotel room was just like mesmerizing to her. She really comes from nothing. And it's not joking, it's not being shady. She really, really does. And I want her to win. I'm hoping we don't have another Tracy situation. Tracy is winning now, but we watched Tracy struggle through her addiction, and I just hope we don't have to go through that with Destiny. I want this to be it for her. And I really hope that this show, if she's, in a healthy place to really ride the wave that comes with this show, I'm hoping, like Brittany, she's able to embrace it and just continue to upgrade. I want more for her. I want better for her. I also want a great therapist for her. Destiny has some issues. I have no problem with her being, in same-sex relationships. Y'all know it's LGBTQ friendly over here, okay? We are an ally to the people. We don't have none of that mess over here. We don't have racism. We don't have homophobia. We don't have sexism. We don't have ageism. What else do I despise? Philly hateration. We don't have that over here. Not over here. So I am not saying that that is an issue. But when Destiny was talking about, she was just like, there is something that I'm keeping from Sean. I had a lot of sex with a lot of women when I was in prison, and I intend on doing the same thing now that I'm out. Girl, what? Where in your right mind do you think that anybody who is in a relationship with you will be okay with that? Unless you discussed it and this is your boundaries. You are with this man, being intimate with this man, while saying to us that you plan on being intimate with other people without letting him know. Ma'am, that's not okay. Something is not, that's not okay. Although none of us is surprised, it's still like her thinking, she's just like, he's just going to be okay with it, but I'm not going to tell him. Girl, what? You want to say something? Even though we know Sean is going to be okay with it, but you still got to tell him, girl. outside of it being the right thing to do, health-wise, you gotta let your partner know that you're gonna be interacting with multiple, because she said it. She said, I plan on having sex with multiple women when I'm out of prison. So girl, I love Destiny, but she for the streets. Let me stop. You know what I like about Destiny? I like how she always speaks her mind. Even if it's a little, abrasive, I still like the fact that she tells it like it is and she doesn't flinch. This is who she is. You can take it or leave it, but she's not changing. Because when she told the producers about how good the sex was with Sean, I didn't believe it. Like, I can't believe something like that, but I think she is telling the truth, although I don't believe it. But she was just like, oh, it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Because if it wasn't, I wasn't going to stay there and let him finish. I was going to go somewhere else and get what I needed. Like, girl, I believe that. Now that part, I believe. I believe that Destiny is the type of woman who would be like, mid-sexual activity, I'm not okay. Get up. And now I'm going to go find somebody who can do what I need to get done. She gives me that. And she gives me that she's going to take her car to go to one of her exes so she can get fulfilled and come back and then give you notes on how you can improve. That is Destiny. That is Destiny. And I love her for it. I love her for it. Sean is constantly nagging her about staying, on the straight and narrow. And she's just like, I'm going to do what I want. I'm in Vegas. I want to party. I want to live my life. I'm 27. She keep on throwing that out there. Like, girl, that might be your reality. It's not your overall look, but I get it. I get it. But she's like, I want to do, you know what? Let me stop right there. Even at 27, that's not a party or turn up age. Who turning up at 27 aside from Destiny? Like, that's like, she's saying 27 like it's 22. Like, girl, totally different ages. You're not going to bounce back from some of them hangovers. So chill out. Anyway, she's letting Sean know that she is young and she is still young, right? Letting him know that she's young and she wants to have fun and nobody's going to control her or tell her what to do unless it's the prison system, because they pretty much get you in line. But, so they're going back and forth constantly about her, doing the right thing. And I think Sean is doing that because he has finally met Destiny and he sees who she is. And the more time he spends with her, the more he realizes that he's going to be in debt to the bail bondsman for $50K. From the time that he has spent with her, he knows that 50K is going to be on him. And he's feeling like he got scammed, which he has. Like, you got scammed. So he's starting to feel that way. He's starting to get a little frustrated with Destiny. But that's what you wanted to do. That's what you wanted to do. You got 6 kids and you decided to put yourself $50,000 in debt for a woman you had never met. And now you're not even sure if you really like her. Fool. Fool. Anyway, Sean's friends comes over and they're supposed to sit down and have dinner. And Destiny is just like, listen, this is my first day out. I'm in Vegas. She finds out that you can drink 24/7 in Vegas. So now she is ready to go out and party. She does not, feel like being stuck in the house because, again, she's 27. Girl, you better chill out. Chill out. You're not healing up like you used to. But she is just ready to go out and have a good time. And while they're out having a good time, Destiny is really connecting to Sean's friend so much that she reveals to him that, she has sex with women, but she's trying to keep it on the down low from Sean. The sexual tension between Destiny and Sean's friend was a little, thick. Let's be real. Like, we all could see it, especially that wife. She did not like Destiny. And that friend knew that he had to walk real lightly with her because before, in the beginning of his confessionals, he was bigging Destiny up, talking about how fun she was. Then at the end of his confessionals, the last confessional he was in with his wife, he started saying all this negative stuff about her. I was like, you didn't say that before. I wonder what happened. The wife saw you two flirting at that bar. Destiny was really like, she just connected with him right away. I will say they're very similar. They are very similar. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's the sexual tension. But those two really connected early on. The wife caught it and got him right in check. It wasn't on camera. We didn't see it, but we know. Because his first confessional to his last confessional, huge difference. Huge difference. That's all I wanted to talk about concerning the last 2 episodes of Love After Lockup. What did you guys think of the last 2 episodes? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, like, I was trying to, count it out, but got caught up. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. But like some more, and like some more. Help me in this YouTube algorithm, and I will see you probably this Friday, because I don't have anything to do. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm off Friday. We will see. I will see you soon for the next episode of Love After Lockup. Love you guys. Bye.